This 40-year-old veteran fighter steps into the ring to challenge a wild, young fighter. He believes that decades of combat experience will easily secure his victory. But what happens inside the arena is the opposite. The confidence of the older fighter seems to match his skill level. He manages to pressure his opponent, forcing the young fighter to defend. Not only in stand-up fighting, but also in ground combat, the older fighter dominates from the top position once again. After that, the duel returns to stand-up mode. Both fighters exchange powerful punches and kicks, along with a hard slam into the sand. In the end, the older fighter runs out of energy. The young fighter takes advantage of this moment, launching a ground and pound and raining down punches on his opponent from the mount position. Stamina is always a major challenge for older fighters. The same goes for this 50-year-old fighter. Although the older man manages to score a knockdown early in the fight, he later gets hit with several hooks that also knock him down. It seems the older fighter has run out of stamina, forcing him to lean against the edge of the ring just to keep fighting. The consequence is that he becomes a punching bag, taking relentless blows from his opponent. Next, there's an older fighter facing a young fighter known as American Ninja. The courage and toughness of this young man are evident from the moment the referee starts the fight. There is not a trace of fear on his face, even when his opponent is an older fighter with more experience. This 65-year-old man shows great fighting spirit despite facing a younger and more energetic opponent. However, the difference in physical ability and technique becomes the deciding factor in the outcome of the fight. A different ending unfolds in the following fight, where an older fighter manages to defeat a young fighter with dreadlocks. The fight starts off very aggressively, with both fighters immediately launching attacks as soon as the referee signals the start of the match. They exchange very hard punches. Yep, that's pretty much how this match went. Eventually, the young fighter surrenders after being relentlessly pummeled. A similar moment happens in a boxing gym in Germany, during a sparring session between a young man and two veteran boxers who still possess incredible speed. The difference in combat experience is very apparent in this duel. The young fighter is continuously under pressure, only managing to land a few attacks due to the relentless assault from the older fighters. same thing happens when he faces the next older fighter. Whatever training these older fighters have undergone, it has given them extraordinary speed. Next, there's a moment when an older man who masters judo manages to defeat a much younger karate
Уважаю,
fighter.
что он проиграл. Классный боец. А также надо еще учитывать разницу. Мы сейчас посмотрим на бой, который, видимо, проиллюстрирует нам то, что вот я сейчас сказал.
The karate master attacks with his signature kick, while the older man, with still sharp reflexes, performs a sweeping move and brings his opponent down with a classic judo technique.
Николай оказался сверху и ловко нанес 2-3 удара, очень чувствительных, видимо, по затылку Рустаму. Но Рустам, кровь у него, в общем-то, сильная, насколько его течет. И я бы сказал, что он неплохо бьется, еще злее стал. Посмотри, как коленом достал. А вот он бросок. Вот это бросок.
This moment beautifully illustrates how judo's focus on technique, timing, and balance allows even an older practitioner to overcome a physically superior opponent.
Для Николая это дискомфортно, в общем-то. Вот хороший, не достал, но почти достал. Вот. Ну вот это уже, конечно, я думаю, что...
Это психологическое давление на Николая
уже...
очень сильное. Он уже...
По шею пытается переиграть ему приготовление. Но лучше не стал делать, бросил.
Еще один борцовский.
Да, еще один очень красивый.
In another fight moment, a boxer over 50 years old decides to test his skills by facing an MMA fighter with a chubby build. And it turns out, at the start of the fight, the older boxer manages to knock his opponent down. However, after the fight continues, the MMA fighter tries to turn to the tables, landing several hook punches that knock the older boxer down multiple times. With his age, the boxer seems to have run out of stamina, forcing him to lean against the edge of the ring just to keep fighting. Despite this, he becomes the target of his opponent's relentless punches. Unfortunately, after the referee sees that the older boxer is just absorbing blows, the fight is stopped, and the chubby MMA fighter is declared the winner. And finally, there's a young boxer who bravely challenges a boxing coach. With just one hard hit to his stomach, the young boxer quickly realizes that challenging a boxing coach was a mistake. After that strike, the boxing coach launches a series of attacks against his challenger. In the end, a precise punch to the young boxer's head forces him to surrender.